Nirmanakaya form, she is the essence of all the Buddhas of the 5 Buddha families. And in Nirmanakaya form, she is Vajravarahi. And so, Dixon.
Achi me so good no shen res. Or jeton china that the up says on kashi ngol pandan hamo siana on the or tempa soya pandan hamo go shinano. Kashi non that the be marwa ina to sol mandon. What he samata upset jikana on the inside column dojene jo metuba simjang fonchea. What it or then duja de vechi to setan duja simjang something de vechi. Jure cup chonnes jura senata, the jure do you set your 我提给他这张他空这张阿美出钱减少些，我提空间强山的家呢，我真的他这些程度点不讲，我这些程度讲呢，这个就马胖话的，我之前看中的是 X-rays， 提高了让去做他的rays， 让去做他让自己 rays。
And so Achi Chokyi Drolma historically appeared in human form. She was of the Kurya clan, and without ever wavering from the 3 kayas, in order to protect the Buddha's teachings, and the teachings in particular of the practice lineage, and to tame sentient beings. Having fulfilled the activities of her noble, so actually some first, there are, the other Dharma protectors. So some say, for instance, she is also like Palden Lamo, or from the Marpa tradition, Dul Solma, and Achi are all the same in essence. So they are all wisdom protectors that have arisen from or are emanations of Vajrayogini herself. And have appeared in order to accomplish the benefit or serve the purpose and benefit of sentient beings, in order to tame sentient beings. And so Achi Chokyi Drolma married the yogi, great yogi Ame Tsutrim Gyamtso, and together they propagated the Kurya line from which Lord Jigten Sumgun, was born. And so then she also, during her lifetime, Achi composed her own sadhana. And then without abandoning her human form, she departed to the pure realm of the Dakinis. So full with her, without casting off the human body, she was transported to the pure realm of the Dakinis.
我真的大大的儿子，他考出马黑去我了，他的空他是一些穷了，是一些穷，真的他那做也很劳动的，推出做son子，真的空去做他真是，我真的是那做没就你点把偏见，真就用个来是，我这种真的做他是呢，他忙吧，从开播起当那个做活学是，给那种当学是，我这种呢，真的真考出也是是。 我这也是对这接了，对吧？我这接了，但是阿七出去了嘛？阿七现在他这趟这里，今天总共可以阿曼啥的话的，我这阿七是8嘛，然后那个话，我这里对吧？中间的呢，就中国这里系列是他们7、8米吧，对吧？中间是我这里系列这里哪里是毛把俺活学的，等于上节对吧？前两周上节对吧？7万7月那卡了，前两周俺活学那个对吧？中间如果7个意思。
And so before Achi departed to the pure realm of Kichara, she made the commitment and connected with her sadhana. It was the promise or the commitment to serve the purpose of sentient beings, and to, in particular, protect Dharma practitioners and the lineage. And so she, having stated that, her purpose in the human realm in terms of her contribution to the kind of human lineage had been complete. And she said, in the future, you should call on me or invite me to Tibet so that I can enact the activity of, of in her form as Dharma protector. And then with that, she departed to the pure realm of Kichara. And so Achi is the great grandmother of Lord Jigten Sumgun. So Jigten, she is the mother of Jigten Sumgun's father. And so she has the commitment as a
今天中
wisdom.
共是吧？
La.
今天中共也有了，
Mhm.
今天中共爸爸有了，
Rela.
这爸爸啊嘛是吧？
Rela. Tinda la in.
呀呀，
La masonge.
呀呀，
Magare la in.
咱今
Ya
天
yagi ya Jigten Sumgun yagi ama.
马来提起啊个嘛，
Oh, I'm sorry. She was the great grandmother of Jigten Sumgun's father. So the great great grandmother. So or no, the great grandmother. So Jigten Sumgun's father's father's mother. Rebe.
对，
Yeah. And so she has this commitment to protect the practitioners in the throughout the regions of Tibet and to propagate or further the Buddha's teachings.
但呢，咱今天中共的，服务于芒嘎达是像多节点的话，咱今天
Mhm.
中共上节小在特别主要的话，现在对芒嘎达是，咱这种多节点是那么多，但
Mhm.
这种强求不能的，说这种多节点强求不能的，说差的对，这阿这的现在呢，但是但从做我的，让俺说这也是今天中共。
Mhm. And so she also then became the chief guardian of Jiangchu Ling, the Tibetan Magadha. So the Magadha, the Tibetan Magadha, is referring to the Drikung Bodhgaya, so to speak, or Dinda de Drikung Tildawa, Rebe.
中体的服务有多节点是服务于，
So the monastery of Drikung Til, which is like the Tibetan here saying the Tibetan Bodhgaya or the Bodhgaya of Tibet, and so Lord Jigten Sumgun himself also didn't Lord the Jigten Sumgun yang Achi Shel Zigni didn't yang
我今天
Garis
中共在上级小在特别主要的话，他呢多节点
Ore.
是那特级，他今天中共他能把七八家亲不亲的，而且谁个啥的话，特级的中嘛场面做完了嘛，他是俺做的也是。
And so Lord Jigten Sumgun himself, who is is an emanation of the Buddha Shakyamuni, and whose teachings are so vast in their scope, influence, and benefit. So Lord Jigten Sumgun had a vision of Achi directly, in which he beheld her face to face. And received, her prophecy of the vast extent that his teachings would bring the vast benefit, and in which she claimed, that she would always be there as a protector to him and to the entire lineage.
真的，他前他的突击，之前他说别人脚步，在人大堂吃的嘞，这中嘛先把忙着嘞，这说的是，这。
And her blessings, compassion, and enlightened activities are particularly swift. Oh, okay. And they are particularly swift, and this way also she is even more kind of powerful, or her activity is even greater than that of other protectors. So she's particularly fast in her assistance, in her activity, her compassion, and her blessing.
这趟咱这种去的电脑人中去的，这也是在现在错，在电把中央的七八毛毛起有的，六八毛毛起有的是。
And there actually have been, in particular, the Drikung Kagyu throne holders, throughout many generations have had very powerful experiences and connections with Achi in which they've beheld visions of her, where they've seen her directly face to face, and where she has assisted and helped them.
真的，这趟节目去上了目前这些呢，他家也拍不透过呀的，这个话现在也家拍不透来了出来。
So it is also said that even our current our Guru Chetsang, His Holiness Drikung Kyabgen Chetsang Rinpoche, as he was fleeing Tibet, Achi was of great assistance to him at that
现
time.
在他种着科学有呀，在这趟节目里去，他没时间做么牛天天呢，他节目里去，下困不康了，才这里呀拉同样去的，真的拉别卡，
Geshalgare Kumta?
困不康了，困不康了，
Kumbakanga?
困不康了，
Kumbakanga.
下困不，
De Rireve.
这他全部老马是这是这吧？
Jomolam Odang
咋的？
Tanibo.
这里呀，排队的那个扛着是吧？下这里呀没去那着牛什么的，这通过这对通啊的是吧？下这里，但那里扬州土什么的，什么的，给么这土的是，但那里扬州山头是俺那里蛮容易是。这里送的是这里呀，这个是主要送的，这个卡他都开的，别钱不节约啥的哇。这有的这了，俺上班这在做，送来了，这把这里做土什么的，这上班这做，这里叫我们拍头样的。他这里马送，这公他龙巴东办啥的话，晓得呢？俺这没这头啥，这头的，他可能都实际上把插后出来了，这三都是。插后这都是拍个不了，对了，这三都是这种的拉人是这了的，就我了，这了拍的，那这了学生有把去3万这在下班的嘛，这用的是拉出来，但是说这两种的话，其实是那个，这里这趟咱说没举买呢，那在说的人长嘛了，在看这动作要不都是他用啥的，我别讲这像那个做他强调那个新电器人，这些家在俺嘛多年没的工作。他经常变没事，可这偏多钱不都是？但
Wait, Gandrela, the Jangchubling, the Digiling, Rebe.
电器人，他嘛中间没的，可能冲把这种，
Achi.
是做个没的是嘛？
Okay. Achi, the Nyamling Chigamare.
然后你们去没的是。这了他可能说讲究人做做干当动作，这新闻的工作偏多钱不都是？但电器人长嘛的，听说中间差的吧？我别偏多钱不都是，可能说用啥的这。
Kumta Tatanga Yaposhira Kokamindo Gainsana the Logle Shimba Chik Yang the Chun Chorioa, Dini Amcho Chik Mato Dan Kimsa Drawachi Yapoko Da Yapo Logamendo.
呀呀，
Um, so also when it comes to assisting, His Holiness Chetsang Rinpoche, when he was fleeing from Tibet, he has said that or it is. I think he said he didn't hear this necessarily directly from His Holiness, but it is kind of like widely known, or that people have heard him recount that when he was at one particularly treacherous area of his journey and his escape to Tibet, particularly Kumbha Gangla, which is a mountain pass like right next to or near Mount Everest. There was, really seemed to be no way to pass. There was no way for him to go through. And actually no human had ever he knew of had ever made that particular trek before. That wasn't a path that other people had traveled, or that was like a commonly traveled path, like very possibly like no humans had gone that way because it was like nearly impossible or impossible. And so he thought, thinking that there was no way, kind of as he was at that point of making that next trek in his journey, and this was in 1959 or around that time, huh?
Entry 75.
Oh, sorry, 1975. That he saw an elderly woman appeared and said she had just uh, passed, that went this way, through this particular way, and she directed him. And so then he followed her directions. And normally, where there was this really impossible crossing, there was a bridge, like a bridge appeared there. And so His Holiness was able to cross over the bridge. And then he got to like this empty area, this empty land, where there was no one. It was completely desolate. But there was a cave, and with like next to that cave or in that cave, there was a seat, a place for him to sit, and food was left, was there. Uh-huh. So, so so he was told, somebody told him, if you go to this cave, then there's a place to rest there. And when he got there, somebody had left food. So there was food there for him. And so that was clearly the enlightened activity or the help and assistance of Achi. And Achi also helps, there are many accounts or stories of her help and assistance to also ordinary people. And they're in, for instance, the refugee community of Dikiling, which is near Jiangchubling Monastery. The Tibetan community there didn't start off really practicing Achi. There wasn't really anybody who relied on or supplicated or really any much activity of practicing Achi or doing Achi pujas. But then because of the influence of the monastery, Jiangchubling, which was right nearby, and then the lay people would go to the monastery, and what was provided, in terms of protection practices, protector practices or pujas to help people, was primarily Achi. And so they would do the Achi practices or ceremonies there. And then they found gradually that there was so much help and benefit that now it's become one of the most popular practices in the refugee community of Dikiling. So everybody practices Achi. There are many Achi, pujas and sorkas. And so it's become very, like very widely, practiced in a very widespread way. But it didn't start off that way. And it only became that way because people really experienced firsthand the power and benefit.
tene jamu che san bo za chi lo phe ne tene de gong ga ju sten ba ze example ne tar to ya no chong yo re so de a zi kan de an te chong re.
Mhm. And so the fact that His Holiness Drikung Kyabgen Chetsang Rinpoche was able to escape Tibet or come outside of Tibet, this is due to, as his activity and benefit for beings has been so vast, and this is due to, in large part, the assistance of Achi.
tene da ci ji tene de da tang che be ga song tam ji wang wa zai wang ga so nya mi shi da wang ke te chi ya la zai ju ba tang ma nyam ba ju ba ji tang da de gong ke ko ra ju ba je yo ra te ma chi jam wang che sang bo che de ma zo wang to bi yo re tene ga chen mo chi ku de la to bi yo re te chi che da wa shi is.
And so the lineage of this empowerment has been maintained in an unbroken continuity of, past through pure lineage holders, in unbroken continuity. And for Drupal Rinpoche, he has received this empowerment from His Holiness Drikung Kyabgen Chetsang Rinpoche himself, and also from Garchen Rinpoche.
tene da men je se pi ro shi is.
So now to receive the empowerment, please offer mandala.
Sa ma ya ma ne ba ya ne go me baba, sulu kayo me baba, o kayo me baba, anuhratu me baba, sarva siddhi me brayza, sarva karma sutsa, siddham niyam guru hum, ha ha ha, ho bhagave, sarva tatham gatam, banzara mame, banzara baba ma, samaya sadhu, me ahon je nambra taba onjen zerje aje wan benzare ke ahon je jare muje je yonsu gorbe usu re jar bore ra shayan babu lo zambule no bana jo chang dra me nye sha dan lu pa lo nga ya shen no de yon den dan nam jo ru chang de dra me nye dan dra me nye jin da wo je ye re wo ba sam je shen don ju je hua ma mo ba ye lo to Rinpoche, Nurva Rinpoche, Zomo Rinpoche, Lombo Rinpoche, Lambo Rinpoche, Dancho Rinpoche, Mahun Rinpoche, Dershen Ye Homa Ma, Chinwa Ma, Lu Ma, Karma, Meto Ma, Dugo Ma, Nansi Ma, Chicha Ma, Nye Ma, Dava Rinpoche, Do Chobe Nambra Jarve Jam Senje, La Dam Me, Benjuru Puson Soba, Mazan Va Me Ba, Shinka Nambra Tabandi, Kushi Ye Nga Ye Dani, Sumi Bande Lama, Dambi Dung Dung, Achin Bu Ga Shu Sen Ye Yun Yue Yue Yong De Bu Ra Chi Bu Tu Jin Zhou Wei Tong Tu Xi Su Xi Ne Qin Jie La De Zu Bu Xu Chu Xu Xian Me To Zhong Ye La Yin Ji Nian De Jian Ba De An Je Shen La Le Li Bu Ba Yin Ru Ku Nam Da Shen De Ju Ba Ju Ba Dan Chu Jian Ya Jie Su Ye Rang Gu Shen Su Wa Ye Ge Wa Jung Zi Da Ge Je Za Wa Tan Jie Su Bi Chang Jo Che Mu Rena Mendra La Kinaria Daria Me. Abdi Drolma che Becha Yoro Achan Anjito. Urgia. Ah,
Oh, Koganue.
Abdi Drolma Becha Yoro Achan.
Achi Torwang Pecha Yo.
我今天他在监督起下在多当部的，
Mm-hmm.
往那罗是在监督起下的，等于和给做差的，去让人去做差的，去想这啥的，
Lasso.
他这了。
So now to request empowerment, we have the repetition. So we'll do it tingma chik buke lahrawa or tingma ni.
我听嘛年轻的说，
So we'll do the repetition twice in Tibetan and once in English.
客气的不大的，
Gari echo yorube.
但这个，那个的记者抄的报告那个，
Dini chichina gayan sina nga yapo ko di logle ne yapo ko yoro marawala. Dini nga data karbala cheba yen yini yang di kimsa yena dini yangchar di logle la drocho.
안에 안에
Di yagare. Kim sa chi
야,
cha songe.
딩동. 야, 등이다 안 진도 저거 제이스.
So please repeat.
지수 돌제. 집에서 다케누가 예숨제. 처마마류.
알루
타제체라.
다제제
마미미지.
마미민지
왕남조로.
완남조
네, 주토지.
So then once in English. Master, Supreme Vajra holder, to completely purify the defilements of body, speech, and mind. Please bestow the ripening empowerment to mature my mind.
tene ta tiji do dorje lopon dorje ne jor matans dorje dorma shoje dorma zebe ke choju choju ji zaba som ji ko ne shobar jingar so sa ban de jin do do se yo we yo na ma lo.
Yep. So now you can visualize the Vajra master as Vajra Yogini, and the Torma in front is Achi, Chokyi, Drolma. They are surrounded by the three roots of all the directions and times. And then in their presence to gather merit, repeat the following. Jiduchiya Yorwa Yamchar.
Really, 我的进度期啊，这来可是呢，俺那么大些的错啥吧，他不讲是下去，真的要做在这块牙出来，这块他妈样呢，其他们就出嘛，这块牙下去，这里对吧？俺那么大些，我这给我这些学生去啊，我真的讲究sem这样。我真的接着我话听啊有吧去，做我这特类可是那个那说错啥，只把讲呀提起头，但对了啊，学着嘛这把从他做什么学都上提ขึ้น对了，对的在见多去了其实。
So then the meaning of the next repetition is that this is a means to gather the accumulations and purify obscurations as the five branches, being that first in the presence of the deity and lama, we go for refuge. Then we confess our negativities and defilements, because if we don't confess our negativities and defilements, then there isn't a way to access the blessings. We can't receive the blessings without that branch of confession or purification. And then third is to rejoice in virtue, to rejoice in the virtues of beings, and then to give rise to the mind of awakening. And then finally is the dedication to the final branch being dedication. So this is the means again to purify obscurations and gather the accumulations.
关照什么啦？大讲起，地方没给，
릭바미게
说说的呀，
소소르샤
这位给了，
드로베켈라
今让
지랑
上界强求，
산제창조
一界送，
이제송
上界求堂，
산제초다
送求了，
소조라
强求法子，
창조 파르드
大讲起，
다갑체
让见同呢，
란시토네
รับ着起来，
raptur체
强求心呢，
창조 심네
几把的起，
예바라게
强求求开，
창조 초기
心呢，
심네
几起呢，
예제네
心间他们起，
심제 탐제
大开，
다게
中头年来，
론도니르
强求讲求，
창조 제조
一往。
예원
几把的起，
제바라게
着了偏起来，
롤라 벤지르
上界
산제
着把的说，
로브라쇼
I take refuge in the three jewels.
I take refuge three you.
I confess all misdeeds and non-virtues. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings. And hold in my mind the intent of awakening. Until attaining awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to accomplish the purpose of others and myself, I give rise to bodhicitta. Having brought forth the mind of supreme awakening, I welcome all sentient beings. I will engage in the highest bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Xing? Oh, Xing. So, dini di yang yorowa garsi lap gona chatsang?
Dugi deng tu gi ji ke lo ma na Achi Chokyi Drolma Shekin Jung Zi Chokyi Denpa Ge Jin Di Bi Nyam Tang Denpa Jian Nian Xian Jian Suan Pa Xie Yan Zon Bei Xie Zhi Bu La Tung Tu Ren Po Jie Zhen Chen Jian Jie Tar Jie Jun Pen Por Wa Gu La Na Zi Jie Na Za Tang Na Rika Bo Po Ka Zoro Wa Ren Po Chen Na Zo Jin Bei Par Ka Tang Tar Jiang Jie Nam Pra Tu Ma Zhi Ba Xie Ha Ye Na Si Zi Wei Men Long Zi Jian Yong To Ba Ye Nur Wa Kang Ma De Ba Tidunzi bara yamani nyambara chimye tenchu bu so de rikta dorje pamo ti je anjik tian som jen gon bo gudan se jin barba sho som ne som o ti chok bas tera warto jik tian som chok baras.
And so now we can visualize ourselves in the form of Achi. So from the state of emptiness arises a seat of lotus, sun, and four maras. Above that, instantly visualize yourself as Achi Chokyi Drolma, peaceful with a semi-wrathful expression. She is smiling and charming, or you are smiling and charming, and radiant and blissful. You have 3 eyes, and your crown is adorned with a conch-shaped jewel and a bound-up silken crest ornament. You wear divine silken scarves and a white silken gown and are adorned with silken ribbons. In your right hand, you hold a mirror that illuminates all appearance and existence. And in your left, you hold a skull cup containing a wish-fulfilling jewel, just at the navel level. You stand upright, and Vajravarahi is above your crown. And above that is Lord Jigten Sumgun, radiant and splendorous.
Tene dati zhe direk ne som zomo ne som zhe do oma a hong te wo zhe karma karbo she karbo oma a hong ta tu ke she karbo le wo zhen chu ge wo mi chu yin dang wo jian de wa qian bu ne yu xin li xi ba jian chang de so so tem song zang ta ten zhe zong dang do.
And so at your 3 places are the syllables Om, a white Om in your forehead, a red A at the throat level, and a blue Hung at the heart level, together with a white Hri. And so from these three places, and the three-syllable light radiates to the pure realm of Uddiyana and invokes the blessings, which return and dissolve into you. And so then with that gesture, the blessings are made stable. It becomes like a Vajra seal. So the blessings have entered into you, and then they it is ensured that they are stable and will not decline.
tene dorme che no te da tendo dorme che no te abzi podang ba da lo abzi podang na ka zang yo bar podang te ba wo ten ja won che de ti na dorma achi chu ju ma ti ba achi chu ma ta la so sam chi kyo yo zang wo ten che ba om gar bo ti ba a mar bo tu ke hong bo le chen de des se ben che ba om gar bo lo ze gar bon cho ne so so che ba tem song zam de ne ti ru bo mi lo.
So now the Torma vessel can be visualized as a sky blue palace shining like a brilliant turquoise. It is surrounded by rainbow-colored light and clouds of dakinis. At the center of the Torma is the Queen of Space, Achi Droma, and her retinue of deities. Her forehead is marked with a white Om, her throat with a red A, and her heart with a blue Hung. So you can visualize that from the Om at her forehead, white light radiates and dissolves into your forehead.
hong tamze ton me wang ko le gu ye chen ham lu la sho lu je te ba ta jo je mi gu ye wang to sho on ga ya an be ke on wa ta te wa ta ti gu wang to ne chen hab sho ne lu je ba ta te gu wang to se wa chen ju zong do.
And so then through this, you receive the empowerment, the empowerment of enlightened form. You and all of the blessings of enlightened form enter into you, and all of the defilements and obscurations of body are cleansed or purified.
wa te da te ne te yi ju chu je zhe me gu hen bei wang to ra gu hen bei wang to lu je te ba ta ju gu to be kar wa jian de che ba yin no.
So through this is also the vase empowerment. So through this, you have received the form or the body vase empowerment of the Queen of Space, Achi Chokyi Drolma. The obscurations of your body are purified. And as a result of this, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Nirmanakaya form.
tenne dorma a chi se de le jimba le waze ma bon jimba ale waze ma bon chobe ta so so jimba tem son zang gong.
So then now you can visualize that from the red A syllable at Achichuki Droma's throat level, red light rays stream out and dissolve into your throat.
tamze dorme wang kon de zong ke chen ma la hyo ma ge zhe ba ta zun gao mi zong je wang to hyo wang ga ya wa ge a wa ka an be ken za a de da re hyo chu je dorme zong zong wang to nga je zhe ba ta nga ji zhe ba ta ji be long ko chwa be kar ba jian tu chi ba yin no mos wa de hyo chu je dorme da zong wang to de lo de long ko sha nga zhe ba ta ji be long ko chwa be kar ba jian chi is.
So then through this empowerment, you receive the blessings of enlightened speech. The obscurations and defilements of your speech are purified, and you receive the blessings of unhindered, accomplishing all unhindered speech. And through this, the secret empowerment, the secret speech empowerment of the Queen of Space, Achi Chokyi Drolma, is obtained, and as a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Sambhogakaya.
tene ang dorma la zebe tukane wazer ngombon chobe ke nomeni kala tembe temjen gon swote dorma la zebe wazer ngombon cho soso ni kala tem son zabra.
So then, from Achi Chokyi Drolma's heart level, the hung, the blue hung at her heart, still visualizing her as the Torma. So the blue light radiates and dissolves into your heart center.
tamze dorme on konde toji chena senla sho semje jeba ta jo jin chumi toji wan top sho om zeda ambeken za de von te ni kara hon go te dar tene yin cho chu je dorme te yin cho chu je dorma to chera yi je on to yi je jeba ta jibe chu ji go chobe karwa jan to chi ba yin no so wa tene o te yin cho chu dorme ke to chera shi shi wan to tene yi jeba ta jibe chu chobe karwa chi le zondo.
So then, through this empowerment, all of the blessings of enlightened mind enter into and merge with your mind, and they purify all of your defilements and obscurations connected with the mind, and you receive the mind empowerment that dispels delusion. Thus, through this, you also receive the wisdom, the awareness, wisdom empowerment of the mind.
Chi song okay.
Got some. Da yore.
Yeah. Then you choose to make it wa to chira yi want to yi zhi ba ta se te chi so yi zhi ba ta ju chu ji go trobe karwa jan chi ba yin os.
Oh, di lap ma songe. Lap songe. Nga lap yin. Chirang so gak songe. Parang.
Yi zhi
Oh,
ba ta.
okay. So it sounds like I cut out for a minute. So I was still speaking, but I think this is where I left off, maybe. So through this, all of the obscurations and defilements of your mind are purified. You receive the wisdom, awareness, empowerment, and you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Dharmakaya.
Tene yang don ma la zi be ki ne nam je wo ze ba do mi ban chu be ki lo me ne nam la tem da gon so de so da don ma la da chi chu ma ze yo ra ti ne so ma ne wo ze chu ne ma bo chu ne tene ra ne so ma tem so zang.
So then you visualize it from all three places of the Torma, which is
Ta chi no.
purifying equally the obscurations of body, speech, and mind.
Yang cha ze lo chi sta da mo.
Ma Kimsa. Chikchina nga sacha shimba chikla drona maybe ngarangi connection. Chirangso yena nga yena. Nga yen saraba. Nga sacha shimba la drogo sarabe. Okay. All right. So Yangcha. So if you didn't hear that, it sounds like it was cut out. So from the three places of the Torma visualized as the deity, limitless light rays stream out and dissolve into your three places, purifying the obscurations of body, speech, and mind equally.
tamze dorme ma ko de gu som chen ha go som sho chen yong zhi ba ta zhe gu som su ji kwang to sho om a hong sa ba an be ken za de mam te da yin chu ju me ci wang bo chi to go som fa cha da ji ba sa ji ngo ni gu cho be gar ba jian chi ba yin no so wa de ne ta yin chu ju me ci wang to de go som fa cha da ji ba ta ne ji ngo ni gu chu ya gar ba chi re zong do.
So through this, you receive the fourth empowerment and also the word, the precious word empowerment of the Queen of Space, Achi Chokyi Drolma. The three doors are purified together with their subtle karmic imprints, and as a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Svavavekakaya. Did all of that come through? Yeah.
다 차송해.
Sarsong.
야야. 전에 돌마라 세베게 땡기 잘라다 마이랑 하루 저변 타고 주주중마 고단지 바시 남지 잡아다 주변에 반달라 마탄 반음지가 내 탐탐내만다 제상지 템바서 공조지 공방도 지라도 제로만데 동아 있음 좀 하긴도 내동 바치 되긴지 관리 잡에서 현지 버리는 전한지 바른지 투소 야페쇼 다시 배우만 쇼쇼 마 센트치나 네 파서 말이만 한데 그래서 봤어.休息了。妈妈在这说呀，的萨瓦的，让的，妈妈的红皮子，妈妈在这说呀的，妈的，妈让的，妈妈在这的。Mama zara so yam du sarvandu ranza du mama du hom pi so mama zara ya du sarvandu ranza du mama du so mama za ya du marvandu ranza du mama du so mama za ya du sarvandu ranza du mama du so mama za ya du ranza du mama du pe so 那想到那边，本来在大家这种球中，他们现在这种啊，那么这些点菜，没错，家里的话是年把它做，我们说的桥头这些把它交接，以前有时候他被保障那个出国都是讲当变态带路那路说钱了。解决别了没？这些学这些刚些的钱出去各方面人钱用天就这样子，确实几天马路就是为包括泡沫这些这些我们的就这种哪怕在为了马人不结果在当北京边把它为送提前出去马路。都怕没去多见讲怕上街的这些有托马的话上大给我人对马街都在大部人不接他们就的也这边有喇叭送街多花点钱买多别操呢，这跟对这些说是说嘛，就这把马路用上街东西，这边送嘛，这边咱把球星准备，一些咱们这而且这些说年的人家目前的嘞，年没供养的嘞，年前大的，这嘞你光就从不听的嘞的嘞说红的嘛，这个。 Dara in Chokyi Drolma Tamze Drolma Wang La Mei Dian Bei Ke Wang Ye Le Ba Gurba Yin Te Da Ke Kap Su Hwa Ba Tamze Chokyi Zong Nyam Ba Zo Lama Ji Tian Zom Gong Wa Lama Zo Di Tian Zom Gong Ju Yidam Dor Je Po Mo Zom Ma Chokyi Drolma Che Me Tong Ma De Jian Dong Zo Wa Ting Go Ten Du Ye
Rela de
In Chokyi
tsikache yorwa chikache.
Tamze Drolma De Wang Gurba Le Ba Gurba Nis Te Da Ke Kap Su Hwa Ba Tamze Chokyi Zong Ba La Lama Ji Tian Zom Gong De Yidam Dor Je Ne Jo Suma Chokyi Drolma Zo Che Me Tong Wan De Lo De Jian Dong Zo Ten Du Ye
Di jang chikpa chik chang yina but yina yang re tenda dawo de chang ma logian. Rewa. Okay. Um so visualizing the Torma as the deity, with the dini di Torma dina yang lama yedam da kando yang mikbache goa di rebe.
Te Dong Sa
Di
Ta
oh la so di malo. Rewa.
Te Da Chokyi Drolma Tamze Drolma La Dian Bei Wang Ye Le Ba Gurba Nis De Ba Yin Ches Te Yo Te
Yes. Okay.
O Te Ma
So the three roots, or thus the four empowerments of the Queen of Space, Achi Chokyi Drolma, has been bestowed by the Samaya substance of the Torma. And from now on, you should keep your Samayas genuinely, vowing never to abandon the Guru, Lord Jigten Sumgun, the Yidam Vajravarahi, and the protectress Achi Chokyi Drolma, even at the cost of your life. Therefore, please repeat the following.
Tene da tere sambo zo te zanga zo ta se wa chama tam se se do ta chama de ro wa da da ze zong do te chi zo tere da zo te nga zo da mang bo ze yo re zen da mang bo la na pen to shi la yo mo ro zo ka zhen chang xiu xian ma nyang le chi sim jian pian kang to chi ko xiu le is wa te chi tene ka shi sim jian pian shi ra to ma no ma chi le xi ya so so zamba sambo chi ya 雷卡他说在偏线堂这个雷卡来投票，我真的去了那个钱包钱啊，我做过这件事。
So generally, with all empowerment, there comes Samaya. And so there are many different details that one could get into or speak of in terms of Samaya. But in brief, what is really maintained, or the way to maintain Samaya, is to maintain bodhicitta, to not allow your bodhicitta to decline, and to always have the genuine intention to benefit sentient beings. And to, in all of your activities, to carry that intention, of wishing to accomplish the benefit of others into those activities, and to maintain love and harmony with your Vajra siblings. So please repeat. Master, I will do all that you have commanded.
Om Banzar Sadhu Samaya Manu Balaya Banzar Sadhu Dino Bara Dichandro Me Baba Sudo Kayo Me Baba Subo Kayo Me Baba Anurato Rasiti Me Bariza Sarva Ganma Sutsa Me Zedam Iyam Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Magamen Sarva Tatangata Banzar Mahamad Darbaba Ma Samaya Sadhu A Manjarva Tang Yamba Tang Ganyang Tang Mondo Yeji Jiba Tang Tekun Gombo So Baranzo Manjol Humbo Guya Trahi Hyo Yana Chujo Zonki Trahi Hyo Taji Chimi Toje Trahi Jabe Gun Song Toje Trahi Hyo Ya Ta Tsen Sari Tene Ngazo Tene Apsi Tan Yamna Chi Harwa Wa Ten Yamna Chi Ha Yu Tene Ngazo Terwa 다제 나존나라 냠나치 페아톰나 여보레 테 페아마도 카시나 나존나 저쳔다로 압스 소가 자야 텐두 치나 인티그레 테크 투소 시라미나 나존 저쳔 룩사나라 요레스 와트라로 테안 저쳔다로 텐두 치나 인티그레스 와테네
소소기 강발라 송기we.
나존나라 저쳔 룩사나라 용네 저쳔다 푸 텐두 치나 초반 푸 치나 인티그레스 와테 페아톰냐이나 나존 냠냐 치나 인티그레 투소 요나
Mhm. So now you have received the Achi empowerment. So the empowerment is complete, and now it begins the practice, the Achi practice. So all of you, those of you who are in the area, please come as often as you can. The best is if you can make it in person, and if you're not, and can participate in the practice together. And even if that isn't possible to come, it's some when you're able and make Serkium offerings and contribute to the offerings, and that's also really very beneficial. And if there's time to come and everyone can practice together. Dunila?
나도 다다 앞서 강도 니마 좀랑 수그라테 소고야 조어데 대다 니마 전 잠바라 잠가리 양고 니마 제 들어와 어때야 조어든 거 미유다 제 라마 탐바 탐지 제 리스만 제 라마 탐바 탐지 고체 대야 당 어때 사제 된 바서 제 소비야 어때네 제 심지한 탐지 대치 용야 잠내 상마 네모 추수
Wait, Simchin Diki Dang?
심지한 탐지 대치 용야 당 잠내 상마 이 뭐게 추가 zoba tsama shetobya o tso chi tu ma zo de chi yo mi yu zo lo re na ma zo chi ha thins
And so the Achi practice will be 3 days. So it's 3 days of practice and 1 day of Yangguk or summoning, practicing the Zambala practice of summoning good fortune. And the main objective for that, or the main aspiration, is for the long life and health of all of our precious gurus, our precious lineage teachers, masters, also for the stability and continual spread of the Buddha's teachings, and for with the wish or the aspiration that all sentient beings may have happiness and joy in their lives, and that all may be good and auspicious for them, and that all hardship, all conflict, all famine and dispute and all negativity in the world may be dispelled or may be pacified. So these are the objectives with which we do this practice, that practice.
ups jimani mo lu dang re be khare lu ups jimani mo ma jong ti chi ko ra chi ma ya ya o tene sa bin ba ni mo ups ka le ma te lu dang ya je yora ku lu no dang yo wa ha ko wa
Kulu kare la ko na.
ku lu de ta la me kun dong shen te ma lu je do te o ti cha la so so ke je an je fa chi shi ha ti cha so so la phe cha ne ba ma lu ten ri dang na de res la phe cha do je dang ya yo wa o na sa sa to support la phe cha de ba yo wa o ten ri chi na de res sa ni ma ni mo yo ri san
Sapimpo?
Sapimba ni ma ni ki yo ri apsi kan ni ma ni mo ren zamba la gan le apsi kan sa pimba ni mo yo ri zamba la gan sa ni ma ni mo ti ni ki lu dang ya yo ri wa ten ri chi kan yong na de res so wa sa na sa da ze wa chi um za to zam lu ten ri ma ti nyam tlo di ba tang na de res
De chichina ani ngala dila ropa nangna kain sana nga chatsang kogmendo.
lu
De
khala
kulu gare la ko gare kulu.
la me kun dong ze shen ne gom ya le shen te ma lu dang do wa
Lu tang sana? So there are some things here that I'm not understanding, so I'm asking Anila to please help me with the translation.
ze zong
So it is like a representation of the Lama, and we view the body of the Lama by like a body, something like that.
Sort of like an effigy, but a positive effigy. Like not a, an effigy something, a form that represents
Yes, yes, yes.
the Lama. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Tinyam to so che de la pe ke lu no to so dana ni na za pa chi to chi ha chi so on dana res.
So what was that part, Anila?
Tinyam to de so ke ni da mo so ke ni de na za pa chi ha chen tu chi to ba la pe jang ne ma ti na nyam to lo dana res.
Anila?
Ja, da chi.
Okay, so in any case, this is happening on Saturday. There is the Achi kind of effigy practice or ceremony, and then on Sunday there's another one in the context of Zambala, right? So if you can make it for either of those, there's also something I'm not understanding regarding like Sampa and maybe taking like a piece of it and maybe burning. Is it burning it in the fire? Is that right? And then together with that, like,
Not
huh?
burning. Like the Champa, we can.
Ba so ne ba ro.
Pa. Yeah, like which is Sampa kind of dough.
La pe ne ru jang, la pe de ru jang ne, la pe de ru jang. Be chan de la pe de ru jang ne ma so mo ta sa won so chou tri ma ti nyam to na res.
So you take some dough, some sampa dough, and then you do this motion with your hand that he just demonstrated, and kind of together with that, there is so it sounds like what this is doing is that it's purifying, like or kind of dispelling obstacles to both like like the lifespan and health and well-being and so forth of the lamas, and also then as you contribute in this way that he just demonstrated, then that also dispels obstacles to your own health and well-being, illness, and so forth. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Then da lama ke zang kong ka zang na pe ka le ma bo ja ke ma re ta sa re pe kong ka ti chim bo yin.
So also, Drolma Rinpoche would just like to thank Lama Khalsang, who has come here and has been extremely kind and has really dedicated a lot of his time and energy, and has, done so much to help the success of this event. And he just wants to acknowledge and thank him to making the tormas.
Nyam le da chak le sa ma chak ye ko sa ma nyam yo yo jo.
And he has a lot of experience and is really, very, he has a very deep practice and is very learned in all of the ritual elements. And so we're so lucky to have him here. And he's really grateful that that Lama Khalsang has been able to come and help.
Yeah, then that's also. 可是肯定错，但是就错的，我是当这些。哦，真的，大家那个啥嘛的，真个说，我是就是就这里啊，出去就是干嘛你咋说呢？可是就嘛啥呢？干嘛就嘛当啊，就嘛人可是记不记？他干嘛出来啊？做下意思了哇，那种。
干嘛出？
就是就在干嘛出来，我西卡过就是干嘛出讲了呀，做下意思。
So karma chunga jela. So now you can take a break for 15 minutes or so and then come back at like 10:50 or more or less 10:50 Chicago time. You're definite at exactly 10:50 maybe. Yeah. So take a break for 18 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody.